So most of the class sizes, they varied. So up to 30, 29, let's say. We tried to keep it at 25, but at the most I've had about 30. We follow the CEFRA program, so the Common European Framework, and I've worked with face-to-face, language leader, Macmillan, the National Geographic Learning. So, you know, and depending on the program, so it might be that it's an 8-week very intensive program or a 13-week program. So the idea is so the levels are A1, A2, B1 and B2. So the students mainly exit at the intermediate level. Yeah, I've worked with, you know, a variety of books, but to be honest with you, the book is there as an aid, you know, because ultimately what I try to do is get the students to be active and take responsibility for their learning, and that means trying to engage them.
Okay, Miss, can you tell me again about your qualification? Okay, and also let me know why you are suitable for the job of English language teaching position, especially for Saudi Arabia.
Right, so my qualifications, you mean like the undergraduate is in law, my master's is in international law, and I have the TEFL certificate, the 120-hour one. I also have the business English, teaching business English, and I'm doing my diploma in TESOL. In Saudi Arabia, like, why am I suitable? I think I'm suitable because I can transfer the knowledge that I gained here with the work experience over the last 8 years. And I'm sure I can benefit the school or university or the students, because the Middle East is similar everywhere. You know, students they're used to one particular way, but they're also crying out. It's almost like they want something new. They want to have a new method. They want to be engaged in the classrooms. So, and be responsible for their learning. So I feel like I could help and benefit the students in that manner.
Okay, all right. What strategies do you use to make your class more interesting and meaningful to your students?
So I start off the first lesson with explaining to them like the type of classes that we will have, so that they know from the beginning that they have to be ready to be talking, active. So what I'll do is usually we have, so for example, if there's an activity, I will allocate different groups, different tasks, and then give them time to work on it. I will go around to check if they need anything explaining and to assist them. But ultimately, then we will come together and then each group will get a chance. And I try not to have one leader of the group, meaning I try to encourage the students within their groups to have each person to have a mini task. So even if it's a student speaking for one sentence or 1 minute, so, you know, to build up their fluency and to build up their confidence level. And yeah, we always have a reflection period at the end to say, what did they like about it? What do they want different? You know, what did they find hard? So it's always to check in with them as well. So they feel responsible, you know, so they feel involved in their learning, not that I go in and just say, okay, we're going to do this, this, this. I don't do it like that. I prefer to have the students involved in their learning process.
Okay, could you please describe any successful lesson you ever have had?
I think when it comes to, okay, I'll tell you about a group of students that were in, let's say, level 2, which was A2, and then they came to join my class in the next level, which is level 3. Now, at the beginning, when I started with the method that I had told you, like I engaged them, I told them the process, you know, we were like, our classes were never short of activities. And I loved the way that they came in every day, because at the end of that first lesson, they came to my office and said, Miss, whatever you want us to do, we will do. Just tell us, please. We really want to learn. We want to be engaged. We can speak, but we don't have the confidence. So I gave them, we arranged like debates, discussions, students getting up in front of the forum, and, they would, how do I say, like they improved drastically, whether it was their writing, their speaking, their listening, because they felt they were a real part of that class, and it was less teacher talk time. So it was all about the students being engaged and taking responsibility and giving them activities, and tasks, which was nice because they felt like they could use what they had learned. So for example, if we were learning a particular grammar, let's say we were learning present simple, then we'd turn that into content-based, as opposed to just them. They already know the rules, but turning it into content-based was better.
Okay.
So
Right.
that was probably my best. Yeah, that's probably the most successful class, because by the level 4, they were, Miss, we know everything. Why are you still pushing us to learn? And I was like, no, this is you're already there, but you just need to finesse things.
Okay. Right. And how do you handle discipline challenges such as excessive absences, lateness, and the use of mobile phone during the classroom?
It depends on everybody's like different organizations or companies' rules. So for example, I've been here 8 years. So previously, what I would do with the students is explain that there's no mobile use in classes, except if we're doing a research project or if we're doing a task. I kind of put the trust on them. So I say, I'm trusting you so that I don't need to ask you to put the phones, on the desk. I'm trusting them. So when I give them that trust, they tend to feel bad if they try to sneak, try to use it. And or some of us, what we had to do at some point is we've had to ask students to put their phones on the table, meaning there's a table at the front of the classroom. So if somebody repetitively keeps using it and it's not an emergency, then I'd ask them kindly to put it, on the table so I can see it, and where they can't have access to it. Generally, again, I try to set out rules with the students, meaning at the beginning of the class. So the first class would be about, okay, what do you think is, what rules do you think we should have in class? So for example, if a student is speaking and I'm speaking at the same time, how would you feel? So again, I try to, and then we have that list of rules so that I can remind them that, remember, these are the rules that we made as a class.
Okay. All right. Okay, Miss, that's it. These are my questions. That is the end of